Hello, everyone, and happy last video for the semester. I hope that you are all well. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the questions. A brief review of my campaign. I am working on, at the local level, Democrat in Atlanta. Um, I want to focus on the issues pertaining to job opportunities, housing, education, in particular to communities of color, but in general, because there is a huge gentrification issue in Atlanta, and a lot of people are being kicked out of Atlanta, not being able to afford housing, and everything that's going on in America today is affecting people of color drastically. Some of the tactics that I use, I'll go ahead and mention some articles. I did use the big data article heavily throughout my paper because it just made sense to that layout, that campaign, the Obama 2012 campaign. Was very well thought out. The data team, the PR team, all the participants being able to gather data on an individual level and then working their way up to the bigger picture was something that I highlighted a lot throughout my paper because I feel that's really important. You need to know what potential supporters and actual supporters are doing on a day-to-day basis, what they're spending their money on, what they're looking at on social media, what they're sharing, what they're purchasing, what type of jobs do they have. I think it's really cool that those were the steps that were taken to help Obama ultimately win, and I just thought it just made sense to use that reference that was already there to kind of hone in on the type of audience and supporters that Obama had during the 2012 election. Um, Reasons you specifically left something else for as tactics. Um, I use social media. I use traditional TV, traditional media. Um, I try not to leave too many things out just because I wanted to reach a broad audience. In my paper, I dive in a little deeper about wanting to give supporters an option in the ways that they decide to stay informed. I didn't want to limit that option for them. Um, the two articles that I used, again, I used big data. I also used the Trump article towards the end because I found it really interesting and very important to stay up to date what's going on with social media and technology. As we can see, Trump did not win the popular vote, but if you look at social media, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but he had like what 8 million followers on Twitter, 1.5 million on Instagram. And that alone creates a lot of traffic between people liking, commenting, and sharing. That's a lot. And the article also focuses on, again, focusing on the lower ground first and then working your way up. It's not all about the majority or big numbers as we can see in America today. What else? Would my mock campaign be taken as is, or would it need to be adjusted or modified for a real election? Uh, I'm going to play it safe and say that it would need to be adjusted and modified just because I don't feel like I know enough. I mean, I know a little bit, but I don't know enough for it to be for my campaign to just be put out there without additional eyes. I wouldn't feel comfortable without having additional eyes look at the mock campaign. But I do think it could have been used, it could have been possible, especially with the recent election that happened here in Atlanta with Jon Ossoff. I think I pronounced his name right. And I don't remember the woman's name who won, but the Republican that won, she believes in a lot of the things and supports the ideas of Trump. I think my views that I expressed throughout my paper could definitely be used in a real campaign. How could you measure the success of your mock campaign? What data collection tools exist to help measure the success of campaigns? Again, the big data, and even looking at other articles and seeing the reference to especially Obama's 2012 campaign, utilizing the resources he already had, utilizing the popularity that he already had, the number of followers on different social media platforms, being able to re-engage with them and get new supporters in the process, and overall just having a really legit team with PR, with data, with social media. Honestly, I don't think, even if Obama was against someone else at the time, because of the type of team that Obama had, it would have been really hard, I think, for him not to win. And the same can be said with Trump. Social media took him to a different level, to a different direction. So I really think it is all about data, tools, and what's been done before, and willingness to learn different types of technology and learn how to communicate with others on multiple platforms. And I think that is everything from me. Looking forward to your responses. Again, happy last day of class. And I hope you guys all have a safe July 4th weekend coming up.